First steps in yoga. Why did you start practicing? I started practicing in September of 2019. Do you live alone? To remove any attachment to the end result. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's my first time filming a little sit-down video like this. I know some of you guys have been asking me to do a Q&A for a little bit, but today is the day. I will be answering your questions. If I miss any of your questions, don't worry, it was not on purpose, and I will probably be doing one of these somewhere in the near future, so you guys can ask me more questions. Then I will be going through them as I read them. If I see any similar ones, I'll just skip through. Let's get started. First question, do you do any strength training? If so, do you do it together with yoga? Yes, I do. I also strongly believe that it's really important if you stretch that you also focus on strengthening your muscles, so you don't only stretch, you also do some strengthening exercises in your flows. If you're not, doing separate workouts, just making sure that you're adding maybe some little drills to help you gain that strength and avoid any injuries. But yeah, I do strength workouts separate. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there. Some of you guys may have seen in my stories that I've also been enjoying my little HIIT workout lately. But yeah, so next question. Not a yoga question, but what app do you use to edit your videos? A lot of people ask me this, and I'm not the best with editing. Always trying and working on improving myself. Yeah, I'm a very simple gal. I just use my iMovie and on my MacBook. Pretty much it. That's the secret. Next question. Do you think anyone can do splits/over splits with the exercise? I definitely think so. With practice, unless you have some type of injury that I'm unaware of. There's so many people out there on social media that I find so inspiring. People with disabilities that have overcome injuries and surgeries and have gotten their flexibility back, have gotten even stronger and more flexible than they were before. So I definitely think that with practice, anything is possible, but you just have to really take the time to not only do the physical practice, but take the time to connect with your body and focus on your breath, let go of the attachment to the end result. Yeah, I truly think with practice, you can do anything you want. Can we do yoga every time of day, or should we do it every day at the same time? I think that you can do it any time of day, whenever you have the time, whenever you feel like it. That's definitely the best time that you should do it, whenever you feel like it. That's the best time. Is there any exercises that can help improve back bending? Yes, definitely. There's so many exercises. I have already done a few tutorials on my Instagram page that I will link down below. There's a few flows here on my YouTube channels. I have a heart chakra flow, a king pigeon flow, and many more to come. There's also a beginner back bend wheel heart opener flow on moving that I created that I will also link down below. So yeah, all these options that you can check out. All right, next question. Wrist pain, what to do? I actually have created a little tutorial for you guys that I will be posting on my Instagram really soon. So I'm keeping my little secrets for that little tutorial, but if you keep an eye out for that, I will give a lot of strengthening and not only stretching but strengthening drills. So nice one. Do you live alone? Yes, and actually no. Technically I live with this little man right here, that's been living rent-free, right? Hello. He's cute though. Next question, are you a certified yoga teacher? Yes, I am. Have you done a yoga teacher training? If so, which one? So, yes, I have. Yes, I'm a certified yoga teacher. I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training with Ayurveda. I don't necessarily recommend the school that I went to just because I feel like you can get so much more out of other online trainings. I was supposed to do an in-person one in Bali before this whole situation happened. But yeah, I definitely am planning on doing another in the near future. I love, love, love learning about anatomy, anything related to yoga, breathing. So, hope that answers that question. Can you please upload a class on YouTube for middle splits? So, if you mean a flow, I definitely will be uploading a full flow very, very soon. That was planned already. But if you're just talking about a how-to middle split, I have one and I will link it down below. How long do you practice for? So this is a question that I get asked probably daily, and it really, really depends on how I feel. So I will always say this because it's true. I just listen to my body, and if I feel really, really sore that day or really, really tired, there's some days that I'll just stretch and practice for 5 minutes, and there's other days that I'll like practice for hours and hours, and there's days where I'll just lay in shavasana and that's all I do. So, you know, it just depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I make sure that I do something for myself every single day. Sorry, this was a popular question. How did you get so flexible so fast? I've been doing yoga every day for 2 years and see little to no change. It's disheartening. So when people tell me this, I usually would say, when you're not seeing any progress and you've been practicing for a while, it's usually because you're not giving, your body needs something that you're not just quite giving yet. So switching up your routine, try different flows, try different tips and tricks. Maybe there's different alignment tricks that you're not doing, or maybe it's just that. Maybe you're just missing certain stretches, missing a little something that you're missing. So just try and switch it up. And yeah, that would be my little tip. Alright, so we're back. I don't know if you noticed a little change in the little setup. My cat just knocked my tripod out. But we're back on. The footage was still working, was still saved. So we're good. I'm just going to keep going. Act like nothing happened. Nothing happened, guys, okay? So I'm just gonna keep going. Our next question, your first steps in yoga, why did you start practicing? So I started practicing in September of 2019. I started practicing because I was really depressed. It was a way for me to do something for myself, feel good about myself. I remember my mom used to practice a lot when I was younger, and I used to go with her. Sometimes I was obviously not at the level that I am today of anything consciousness, physical abilities, but I remember enjoying it. I also remember that I didn't necessarily like following a teacher. So what I did was I would go on Pinterest. I would spend hours on Pinterest finding postures that I would dream of doing. And yeah, Pinterest later moved to Instagram tutorials, and I would kind of create my own little flows, and that's basically what I did. I loved it. I loved it because it wasn't perfect, but it made me feel good, you know? That's all that matters. Do you plan your own practice, or you just get on the mat and start moving intuitively? I never really plan my own practice. The most planning that I do would be, for example, I really want to work on heart openers, back bends today. I want to do wheel pose, or I want to do kapotasana. Then I'll make sure that properly warm up for those postures. But no, usually I just like to kind of listen, tune in, and move around, see where it takes me. How did you manage to reach this advanced level of practice in such a short time? I would say not only practice, but truly take the time to connect with your body, connect with your breath, truly realize the importance of the breath. Realize how important it is for you to connect with your breath in order for you to go deeper in a stretch, or for you to find your balance, find your strength. And lastly, to remove any attachment to the end result. So practicing without any attachment to the end result, doing it for you, You're gonna find yourself, if you're practicing with pure joy, doing it for you, want to do it more. I think that's why. But I don't know. How do you find the time to practice every day? So this is a really good question, and the only way I can answer this is that don't find the time, you have to make the time. So whether it's 10-minute practice during your lunch break or 5 minutes when you get home, you have to remove this idea that you have to practice for a certain amount of time every single day for you to see progress. It's just about listening to your body, doing what you can when you can, and practice and all will come. Believe me, believe me. How did you start your practice? Videos on YouTube, private lessons. So I kind of touched on that a bit earlier. Basically use Pinterest and Instagram tutorials because I realized the people on my Pinterest had Instagram accounts and were actually yoga teachers. And later on I discovered Alo Moved, which is a great platform with many teachers, and I would do flows here and there. I do love my free flows, but it's a great way to learn. And yeah. When did you start feeling confident about improvising with yoga? Did it take time? Like I said before, I kind of always enjoyed my free flows. That's what I enjoyed about my practice. It didn't matter to me if it was perfect or not. I just enjoyed it. When's your birthday? March 5th. How should I start my journey to be able to do pincha like you one day? Thank you. I would say just start. Start in whatever way that means for you now. And when you're ready to start practicing your pinches, I do have tutorials on my Instagram, and I'll probably have a video on my YouTube up soon. And I also teach them live classes that will be linked also down below. What does your diet look like? So I also saw this question on here, so I'll answer it now. I don't eat meat. I have started eating seafood again recently. I eat eggs and cheese. I would be open to doing what I eat in a day, maybe slash vlog video, just to kind of give you guys some ideas of what I eat on what you could eat if you want, because what I eat might not work for you. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not trying to give like diet or nutrition tips here. Just meal ideas because you guys seem curious for some reason. But yeah, that's that. In which time do you do yoga, morning or night? Like I said before, I personally like my morning practice. I'm a morning person, but it doesn't matter. Whenever you feel like it is the best time to do it. Were you born flexible or you had to train hard? I definitely had to train hard. There's a lot of things that a lot of people told me I would never be able to do, like my middle splits, but hey, look at me now. Do you train back bend every day? For how many hours? So yeah, like I said before, I always listen to my body. So even though I'd love to say that I do a light heart opener every day, probably don't. There's days where I do nothing and I just rest. Rest is not the enemy, it's your friend. Always make sure you listen to your body. What are your next tough yoga postures that you wish to achieve? So right now I'm really working on my handstands, so refining that straight line. Just work on my handstands right now. Alright, so last question. Biggest lesson from your yoga path? Ooh, that's a good and a tough one. My practice is truly the biggest gift that has come in my life. I'm so grateful for my practice. It has truly shown me so much about myself, has helped me gain so much confidence, and helped me appreciate the moment and being here. I don't know if that answered the question, but yeah. Alright, so that ends our little video for today. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can always leave it a little thumbs up. You can also leave a little comment what you want to see next. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. And yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Namaste.